Alrighty everyone, welcome. Learn, grow, do, repeat. Next episode, I'm your host, Jamie Tatino. Hope you are well today. Pumped for today's guest. Very pumped. We've been friends now for what? Four and a bit?
Yeah,
maybe?
I'd say longer than that. 5-6 years, man. Back in the bodybuilding days.
Got me covered. Yeah, definitely 5.
Man, that's a long time ago since you put those trunks on, so yeah.
I reckon it was about 5 years ago. Yeah,
2012, 2013?
Yeah, okay.
5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, definitely. So, as you mentioned, bodybuilder. That's when we met. Definitely of recent time. You know one thing I love though? That this guy here, like, he's not just a bodybuilder, not just a powerlifter, not just a crossfitter. This is my opinion, like from what I see. I think like this guy is the epitome of just like being life strong, like strong in all aspects. If you can just push it, he'll push it. If he needs to pull it, he'll pull it. If he needs to run, he'll run. He can just do. He's not just like one field, one industry, not one niche, so to say. But he's working with a lot of young guys as well, helping them to do the exact same thing, bust through those limiting beliefs and those myths that you hear about the body and what it's capable of. None other than Mr. Alex Tatterson.
Wow, man. Jeez. Thank you.
Crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Massive crowd goes wild.
Thank you, man. Well, impressive introduction, man. I appreciate
well
that.
Deserved.
Appreciate that.
Well deserved. Like I said, I honestly believe that it's not just like one field that you're like, I don't just do bodybuilding. You're more like, okay, cool, I want to get like strong.
Yeah, well, I think it's probably been recently I've realised that is my life's work. I used to kind of buy into the title of it, or buy into the archetype of, okay, I train like this, so I have to be the bodybuilder guy, and everything that surrounds the lifestyle. You know, the identity. I think we often get
the meal prep,
right? Yeah. Or when I started doing the powerlifting, I became the powerlifting identity guy that needed to fucking carry on luggage to go to the gym because he brings his belt, his 3 pairs of shoes, and, you know.
A little roller bag.
Yeah, and I see a lot of our young guys sometimes, and myself included, every day I have trouble slipping into identities and archetypes as opposed to just doing the stuff that's aligned with my values and who I want to be. So now it's not so much about doing the one thing, but the reason why I've done a lot of that crazy stuff is because... I love it, man. I love just seeing what my body can do next. What's the next crazy thing I can do with my body?
How far can you push
it? How far can you push it, man? Can you create a new ceiling? Can you break through the old ceiling? Can you create a new one? And then I've just found that every time I do that, it gives me something in return, which I love more than anything. It gives me new belief. It gives me new confidence. It gives me, like you said, a new ceiling. So that's why I'm constantly doing that, man. I love it.
Love it. All right, we're going to start with some rapid fire. So I've got about 10 questions. Just a one-word answer.
Yeah.
Or, whatever it takes.
Oh, I love it, man.
Favorite song right now?
Can't Stop, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Right now? Your favorite song right now?
Oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, okay. Loves it. Favorite song to get you pumped up?
Sicko Mode, Travis Scott.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's a slapper.
Favorite song when you were 18?
Probably some Blink-182 shit, man. Probably some Blink-182 shit. I gotta say, my favourite song when I was 18, because I got this tattooed on me when I was 18.
Oh, wow.
It's called Time Is Running Out. The song by Muse, Time Is Running Out. I got it tattooed on me, so... I was obsessed, man.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked that is because I always try and think of, like, what are the songs I was listening to when I first started driving?
Yeah.
Like when I was a cool cat, had your car, people later, like, what was the music I was listening to? I'm like, well, that's when 18 when you started driving.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Favourite movie?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah, tough. Nice. One thing that you hate or dislike, can't say coriander.
It doesn't have to be a food.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah, but because everyone says, I hate coriander.
Well, the thing I hate more than anything
or
is...
dislike?
Lies.
Nice, okay. Got it. Love it. Funniest or craziest thing you've done?
The funniest thing that I've ever done actually involves you.
Okay.
I do this exercise called, and then I know this is rapid fire, 1 or 2 word answers.
That's okay, no, that's good.
But if I'm just going to go on a little tangent here, I do this exercise called emotional flooding. So whenever I feel down, depressed, whenever I feel like I need to pick me up, it's emotional flooding where you got to think of things you're grateful for. You think of things that you're proud of, that you've achieved, and you just flood all these positive emotions. So it's literally impossible to feel that depressed, stressed feeling, whatever it is, the reason why you do it.
Yeah.
And it says to you, he goes, think of a funny moment where like milk came out of your nose and you just laughed so hard. And there's one that rings true just in the front of my memory. It beats all the other ones, and it's that time, you and I
Here we go.
were at like the Scary Canary, not the Scary Canary, it was one of those clubs in Sydney when we were in Sydney, and like they're just getting pretty packed on the dance floor, and we're just having a few drinks or whatever. We were actually there for business, but we just like went out for a drink.
This is silent disco?
It wasn't, I don't know if it was Silent Disco.
Silent disco was Scary Canary.
No. It was the different backpacker joint on the corner.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know
It
you
was
are.
so
And
packed.
the outside area.
It was so packed.
Yeah.
We always talk in football and cricket analogies, man. And this like you'd bump people here and there or whatever. And one time I got bumped, and you just came in like a shepherd, like we were actually playing a game of footy, and you were just like, not today. Like no one is gonna bump my friend. Like you were doing, and you were so serious. Like you were shepherding and protecting me in the club, and I just thought, man, like it's probably only really funny for you and me.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, oh, dude,
But I remember that.
I picture you doing that, and I crack up, dude. So yeah. Anyway, I'll go back to the rapid fire.
That's worth it. That's worth it. Definitely funny as shit. I remember that. I honestly remember that now. Now that you bring it up, I'll
Just
that
protect your
sparks the memory. Yeah.
Protect your teammates at all times.
You got to put a block on, protect his space.
The block, that's
the
what it
block.
was, yeah.
The block. Oh, I love it. There you go. Don't get in Alex's way because he's got a little gang around him. Love it. Would you rather read a book or listen to an audiobook?
Audiobook all day.
Listen, yeah. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Tell us something that no one knows about you.
Something that nobody knows. I'm a pretty open book. Something that nobody knows. I've told people this, but just a lot of people don't know that my name was actually Clay Alex Tatterson, not Alex Clay Tatterson, the first day I was born. And then the next day, my parents changed it to Alex Clay.
Mr. Clay over here. Could have been a Clayton. Love it. Okay. If you could choose one person in the world to have lunch with, and you got a 2-hour time limit, who would it be? Anyone, past or present.
Wow. One person to have lunch with. I'd probably have to go Robin Sharma.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
There's people at the front of my mind now with the stuff that I'm listening to and consuming, like, but just who's been the most prolific over the most amount of years. Him, man. That book, Leader Who Had No Title, is still number one for me.
Definitely.
Changed my life. Like I almost want to say David Goggins because I'm consuming so much of him right now, but over the years, man, Robert Sharma, I'd have to have lunch with him, man. I'd love to buy him lunch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Sharma, that's a really good one. I could probably actually agree on that. I'd probably you know what, I'd probably do the same. Take Sharma.
Alright, you can come.
I'll just be the waiter. I'll just have 7 drinks. What was 10-year-old Alex like?
10-year-old Alex was playing every sport, every day, emulating his older brother, Ryan, just trying to hang out with my older brother and his friends and play the sports that they were playing.
What's the age difference?
He's 2 years older.
Okay.
So, and 10-year-old Alex was playing a lot of drums. Like, if I wasn't sleeping or at school or following around my brother, I was bashing on my drum kit or playing around with the ball.
Okay. What was like were you like confident, shy, out there, a bit more reserved? What sort of...
I was kind of like my mum would always say, like, I'm the daredevil, or I'm not afraid to try anything, and I just tried anything and everything. Just all of it. Musical instruments and sport was really my life back then. Yeah. As a 10-year-old man.
What was your favourite sport?
Football was always number one, but then you know what it's like, man. As soon as winter's over, you want to be a professional cricket player. At that age,
Pull on the bag green.
You play both,
totally.
right?
Yeah.
You're going to play Test cricket for Australia in the summer, and then you're going to captain Geelong in the winter.
Exactly right.
And be the Prime Minister.
And play tennis at the Australian Open. Represent the country.
Yeah.
Love it. Alright, cool. What's the one trait or quality in people, like to say out of your top 5 friends that you have, is there one consistent trait, one consistent quality that they all have, and like that's most important to you, like that gravitates to you? Like, is there something you look for in people?
Honesty. What I look for is honesty, but if what I see in the people that I hang around is ambition, that's the trait. Like I'm gravitating to, and I'm attracted to high energy individuals with a ton of ambition, like stupid ambition that other people would be like, you guys are fucking idiots. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but
do it now, so go hard.
You know, it's that's what I if I'm assessing it, it's just ambitious people. But if I'm consciously looking for something, I'm just looking for people that are going to tell their full truth.
Correct.
And just be completely transparent, where there's no mask, there's no walls.
Yeah. What about the ambitious though? Like, what about that is like? Because people that are ambitious are great, like, but again, some of them do shoot too high.
Some of them are dreamers that just
correct.
Like,
so whereabouts is ambition for you, like in that journey though?
For me, the way I define an ambitious person is someone who's actually acting on it. Because you're right, but like I don't consider you ambitious if you think you're ambitious because you're talking about it, but unless I see you doing it, I'm like you're ambitious isn't the word. I would just say that's a dreamer.
Correct. Yeah. So I guess someone that's probably ambitious is someone that's like, okay, cool, I got the idea, I got the dream, but I'm actually actioning it now.
Yeah, they're still living with
I'm
integrity and going
Correct.
and doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to deliver on it. Yeah, where a dreamer is someone that just says, you know what, I want to change the world and watch Netflix 8 hours a day. You know, maybe that's part of the plan to change the world. Who knows? All right, cool. So when did you actually get into the gym? So when did you start training?
Oh, I started like 11, 12. I was doing push-ups, sit-ups. I was asking my parents for weights, and they were like, "No, not going to happen. We're not." And when I was either 13 or 14, where they met me halfway and they got me a fitness ball, like a blow-up big blue. It was a blue fitness ball. I remember it well. I've still got it, and it wasn't weights, but I was happy because I could do like different kind of sit-ups, different kind of push-ups.
Yeah, change it up. Yeah.
And then when I was 14. My brother was 16 playing representative football.
Yep.
So he had a program where they had to lift bricks. And in our Churchill house, he'd go out to the shed and grab 2 house bricks. These bricks were fucking heavy, man. Especially for me, I'm 14 years old, and I would just copy him. You know, I wanted to be my big brother, man. I would copy him. So if he's doing curls with the bricks, man, you better believe I'm doing curls with the bricks.
Love it.
And then from there, first gym membership was when I was of age, which was 14 and 9 months or 15 years old. I'd been waiting for that day for years.
It was always like getting your license set.
That was way more important than my license.
I'm here. Yeah, give me a membership.
You old enough? Yes.
I'm
old enough.
As of right now, I am.
And I've had a gym membership every day since, man.
I'm
a nerd, dude. I love that stuff.
So when you started, what was why gym? Was it to get big, get lean, get strong, just to help with footy? Like, what was the goal at the start when you started training? Why did you want to go to the gym? Why did you want to? Is it because your brother was a bit older and a bit bigger? Like, okay, cool, I want to keep up with him. Or why did you actually want to do the curls, do the push-ups and the sit-ups? Like, where did that come from?
It was definitely a football thing. You know, I was living in a small country town where, you know, and as a 15-year-old kid, you know, you think you're going to play AFL football, so you want to do everything you can to make that dream a reality. But I think pretty quickly I realised that it wasn't about the football, or it wasn't about, you know, being as big as my brother. For me, it was about control. And I started to realise that if I move my body in a certain way, if I put certain type of nutrition in my body, I can actually control how I look and feel. And still to this day, that's like the most fascinating thing to me. Like, I get to decide exactly how I want to look, exactly how fast I can run, and now, you know, exactly how high I can jump. I get to decide that if I'm willing to put in the work, eat the right food, and rest. And I was just like, to me, I just unlocked this new world, and I was like, this is so fucking cool. I love this stuff.
And if you come from that different space where it's not like, oh, I have to go to the gym today. Oh, it becomes like, oh, I don't want to go because I have to. It's like, if you're going for another reason, like you're going because you need to get fit because your work may need you to travel a lot and you need to be actively fit, then you're not going to the gym because you want to get musty. Like there's a vision behind it. It's like, I'm actually going to the gym. My program is built because I travel, for example, a lot, and I need to be fit, healthy, and I need to make sure that because I may not get the chance to train, I may not get the chance to always eat, so I need to make sure I'm looking after myself when I can. Here, if that's your goal, then when you actually go to the gym, you train differently. It's like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like you go there because you want to, and like it's for you.
Well, it's attached to you. Like I think it's attached to a higher purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I just gained so much confidence from the gym.
Okay.
You know, so
personal confidence,
not just confidence like I can lift heavier or I can run further or faster. It was confidence in a way where, you know, I was able to push my body to a place that it's never been before. Now it's like, wow, okay, cool. I didn't think I could do that. I can do that, and that's a confidence boost for me. And I think I am still addicted to that next level where, you know, it's like you're leveling up every time you go into the gym. It's like ding, you've reached level 12, and then the next day you want to go back and it's like you run for that ding. Like I love that, you know, just building on myself.
Yeah, totally. And what I love about that is, like, because I sort of share the same vision of having the control. Because even like now, like I do intermittent fasting, so I eat 2 meals a day, right? Sometimes 2.5, 3, just depends on what's happening.
Yeah.
And some people still don't get how I can maintain my physique, my weight. I don't drop weight.
Yeah.
But again, we've obviously spoken a lot over the last 6 years about, but we have both conditioned our body to suit our that lifestyle, the way we eat. So I can go and eat like shit, but I won't put on 10 kilos.
Yeah.
You know, or I can eat really healthy and I can drop 3 kilos in 2 days.
Yeah.
Because we know our body, like we're in, like you said before, control. Like you can control how you look and feel. So if you need to lean up, bang, I can do it.
Yeah.
If I want to go and have some fun, cool, I can have some fun because I know within 3 days I can get it all.
Yeah.
So like, how do you work on that? Like, how do you, like, if someone comes to you now and said, hey, Alex, I just want to have a bit more freedom with my dieting and make it more of like a lifestyle, as they say, I don't even feel like I diet anymore. I just, like, this is what I do every day. This is how I eat. Like, if someone would come to you and said, hey, you know, I can't be bothered cooking 7 meals a day and, you know, doing the oats and then weighing everything. I just want to have fun, train, you know, put on a little bit of muscle. Yeah. But you know what? Not have to meal prep.
I get you.
100 times a day.
I get you. I think the key is to sit down and discuss, like what I would do. I would sit down and discuss with that person their lifestyle. What does their current day look like? What is their lifestyle? What do they like to do for fun? And they'd be like, "What? This is nothing about diet. I just want you to, Alex, just tell me the secret foods I have to eat. Just tell me the, no, I'm gonna lifestyle. What's a day in the life look like for you? And then what are your values? Like, what is really important to you right now? What is the stuff that you value? And what are your goals for the future? And then from there, we're going to give them some guidelines. I like to give as loose guidelines as possible. Take their goals, take their values, take their current lifestyle, take their current habits, and then start to form what's best for them. So for Jamie Tatino, that's intermittent fasting. For me, it's not. I eat about 4 meals a day. That works really well for me. You know, for my friend Aldonio, he's vegan and he likes to eat like grazing through the day. Okay. Yeah. We've all got these different approaches, but it's about what serves your lifestyle, what serves your values, what serves your goals. Yeah. If you can plug it into those 3 areas there and control your calories in a way which is going to give you enough nutrition and either take you closer or further away to your body composition goals, I think you'll create a winning formula that you can stick to long term, rather than what you were saying before as a diet where you might be able to, you know, eat clean, eat keto, eat paleo for 12 weeks and create an awesome transformation. But the chances of you sticking with that to create a lifestyle are slim to none. Yeah, correct. Anybody can lose weight. There's not a weight loss problem. The world is more obese than it's never been before, but we don't have a weight loss problem. Everyone can lose weight, but 96% of people regain the weight. So we've got a weight regain problem.
I like it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They just need to plug it into those 3 areas instead of worrying about what's the quickest way for me to get there.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, good point. As well said. And I think, again, as like you said, everyone's going to be somewhat different. So it's super important to know, like, you. And again, it comes down to control. Like, we all have control over our own body. Like, the way food I eat might react differently to the food you eat compared to the next person. So it's all about understanding, like, you as a person. How will you trial and error? Like, how do you get to that state? Like, how would someone understand themselves? How would they understand how their body reacts to carbs, fats, proteins? Obviously, they're going to have to try it. But do you have, like, a period of time where you say, you know what, I need you to try this diet or this food plan for 4 weeks, 2 weeks? Like, what's the...
I'll get them to eat as they normally are. I just say, do your thing, but build some awareness on it. Keep a diary for me.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whether some people are old school, they do pen and paper. There's plenty of these fitness tracking apps on your phone. Yeah. I'm not a fan of becoming a slave to these apps, but they are good in the short term to get a quick awareness of where you're at.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're putting stuff in our mouth and we can forget about it. So number one, I wouldn't ever hand someone a diet. I've done it in the past. I think that was a mistake of mine as a trainer. I think now that I'm more experienced as a coach, I'm able to just more get a bit of awareness of what's currently the patterns of that client, and they can see what their patterns are, and then tweaking from there as opposed to giving them a whole new game plan.
Yeah.
I'm very resistant to ever give out actual meal plans and game plans. It's just slowly transitioning. Yeah. So I'm not going to take someone from 5 meals a day and be like, you're going to do intermittent fasting like Jamie. That might be the end result. A year later, they might be intermittent fasting, but we're just slowly, maybe we're going to slowly make that transition. Yeah. So we're taking what you've currently got, building some awareness so we actually know what it looks like, and then we're just making tweaks.
And that way it's going to create like long-term change.
Absolutely.
It's not like cold turkey where it's like, okay, cool, 5 meals, no more, 2 meals from day. You know, it's not like day one on and off. Yeah. It's like, we're going to go from 5 to 4.5, and then we might have some snacks, and then we're going to go from 4.5 to 4. Yeah. And that may take 6 months to do, but it's sustained. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, this is so good, like, I just do this every day. That's how I did it. Again, coming from 6-7 meals, there was no way I went from that to 2 meals a day. It was the same, cut back.
Yeah, man.
And now I don't need all that food that I used to eat because I'm conditioned now.
Yeah,
that's
I like the way you do it there. I would do that as well. It's just that I'm training so much at the moment, I sort of need to eat a little bit more.
Exactly right, yeah. Our training is completely different. Yeah, we're different levels now.
When I'm not doing something crazy, like at the moment, it's ultra marathon running and still lifting weights. Yeah, so if I'm not having to consume that many calories, in a perfect world for me, I'm eating 2 meals a day, man. Yeah. I like that just because I'm not a big eater. I just like being quite kind of light. Yeah. But yeah, I like what you're doing there. Yeah, man.
And that was going to be my next question. So what? Probably more for the listeners because I know a fair bit, but like, what exercising, competitions, gym, like what have you done? Like, I know you've done bodybuilding, powerlifting. Yeah. Like, just lay it all out because there's probably even something that I don't even know. Like, what?
Yeah, okay.
What is like some of your experience?
So, I mean, like I said, growing up earlier, I played all of the sports. Literally, my parents would have to pick me up from my football game on the Saturday morning that would finish at 10 a.m, 10:30 a.m. because you start early, you know what I mean? Like you're in under 14s, under 16s, you're starting at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. So you finish at 10:30, 11, and I would literally have to be the first one to shower, get changed, and get to the car because then I'd have to drive to my soccer match straight afterwards. Like I didn't know any kids that played both. It was like, either chose you're a soccer kid or you're a football kid, or you just didn't play winter sport at all. I played both, right, on the same day. And then I'd often play like seniors the next day kind of thing. And with cricket, do you play cricket or tennis? I play both. I play cricket and tennis, right?
Love it.
So once kind of this whole dream of me being this crazy dream of me being like a professional sportsman in all sports, I turned to my my next outlet for me was bodybuilding. Okay. So got into bodybuilding after all the crazy sport finished up.
How old at that time, you reckon?
I was 19 when I done my first competition. Yep. So I did the Victorian state bodybuilding show, and like I said, just gone from this kid in a country town spending all his time with a ball in his hand to now putting all that energy of trying to play a million different sports at once, quit them all, and I put all my energy into bodybuilding, and was lucky enough to sort of have some success straight away. One win into my first bodybuilding show sort of turned into a few, which then means that 9 shows later, it's like, man, okay, I'm like I was living that bodybuilding lifestyle, because when you see some success, I guess you just, it feeds the addiction.
You want more of it.
And I was just seeing progress and, growing in confidence in the gym, and 9 bodybuilding shows in, I guess I was looking for the next challenge. I was looking for, because it's like, okay, I've done that. I've kind of conquered that. What's next? Do I really go all in on this and, try and become a pro natural bodybuilder? And it was like, that didn't really interest me.
Excite you enough.
Well, I was always like, what's something I don't think I can maybe do? Do you know what I mean? It's like I've done 9 bodybuilding shows. Do I go and do a 10th? but I know I've done it 9 times, so I know it's possible.
Yeah.
What's something that isn't possible? It's like, then I started lifting really heavy weights, got into powerlifting competitions, started lifting weights that I never thought was possible. Like, you know, to pick up 245 kilos off the floor and stand up with it for a kid that was, you know, 67 kilos soaking wet after puberty. It was like, okay, shit, man. Now I've done another thing that I never thought was possible. And 3 or 4 powerlifting comps later, again, some more success, sort of drove me down that rabbit hole. I was like, man, what's next? Do I do another powerlifting meet? I've done it before, man. Like, I know I can do it. What's something I don't know I can do? What's something that's hard? Like, what's the next challenge? And then it's like, now I'm in this marathon thing, you know, somewhere where I never thought I would be. I don't even like running, man. But I love the challenge. You know, I think I said at the start of the podcast, it's my life's work is to like find the limits of my body. How can I challenge it? And how can I go and push it to a point where it's created a new level and gone somewhere where I'd never gone before.
How did you get into running? Like you just said then, I don't like it. Like, I don't think there's probably many people out there who actually enjoy running, because I don't enjoy it. Like when I think about it now, but when I'm actually running, it's actually okay. I actually kind of find peaceful when I'm actually running, even though it can be tough. How do you like say, okay, cool, I'm actually going to go for a run and actually like deliver on it, like in here, like in your head? Like get through that, or the belief where it says, Alex, go back to sleep. Alex, don't worry about going for the run. It's all good. It's too hot today, man. It's good.
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
How do you get through that? Because that happens.
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess when I was going deep into bodybuilding and powerlifting, I sort of saw myself becoming a little bit one-dimensional, where I'm like, is this what I am? Am I just a dude that picks shit up and puts it back down? Am I just a meathead bodybuilder? You know, I wanted to be an athlete, and still I want to be an athlete that can do all things. You know, if you're like, dude, let's go on an adventure today, and I don't know, we're going rock climbing, I want to have the flexibility, yet the strength, yet the endurance, yet the ability to recover. You know, I didn't just want to be the one bodybuilder that you know
like the big
was only strong in one area.
Correct, yeah.
So I guess that's how I started running. I had some friends that were running as well, and it was probably my client at the time, Daniel Yalda, who I was coaching him to put him on stage for bodybuilding. He was like, man, this is such a challenge for me. It's easy for you. And I'm like, yeah, but I've done it before. Like, you know, it wasn't easy for me when I first did it. And he goes, nah, man, you need a challenge. You should come and run the Melbourne Half Marathon with me. Done. Let's do it. I hate running. Let's do it, though. You're going to get on a bodybuilding stage? Yeah. Well done, man. I'm going to come for a run with you. Let's do it. And then from there, again, it was like the first time you go to the gym. You don't enjoy pushing yourself in the gym. You do now, because you know what it's going to give you.
Of course, yeah.
You know what the return is. Endorphins rushing, pumped up, gaining muscle, gaining confidence, gaining strength, feeling great, being strong, right?
Yeah.
You don't actually like, you know, doing the walking lunges. Shout out Ehab. Ehab level. Next level fitness.
Oh, yeah. We love that guy.
So it was like, just a combination of that. To go back to your question, how they get into the running, it's what was the next challenge? How can I push my body to not be so one-dimensional and start to move, which I was already starting to think about running and flexibility, because I already had the strength. So I started to think about what are the other areas of an athlete. It's endurance. It's mobility. It's these kind of things. So I'm starting to research yoga, which I've done, running and martial arts, right? Because I see that's what's sort of missing from me being an all-round athlete.
I love that, all-round. I love that.
And then it was just like the fact that we had this conversation, and my client was like, run, this is what I've been searching for. I've been searching for someone to give me that first push. So the Melbourne Half Marathon turned into, you know, the Marysville Full Marathon, which is soon going to turn into 100 kilometres in one day in March. So it's on now. It's on now, bro.
Yeah. It's definitely, you said it out live. They're back it up now. Everyone's going to be following. Is Alex guy going to run? Love it. But how do you mentally get prepared to run? Because thinking about running, it's actually boring. Like, you just go by yourself.
For me, once the goal's set, it's done. It's done, man. Because like I said,
how do you wake up when you don't feel like going? Like, what do you do?
Because the goal's been set. Daniel said we're doing the Melbourne Half Marathon. Okay, well, if we're going to do that, I need to have a plan. I've set out the plan, It's 2 runs a week. One of them was a shorter run. On the weekend, it's a longer run. If I do the plan, I'm going to get the result and be able to perform on game day.
But on those moments, do you have like those shit where it's like, you know what, I'll just do it tomorrow? Do you ever like have that
Absolutely.
self-talk? Like
Sometimes I do have to do it tomorrow. Sometimes I give up. Like there's times for sure with the running, because I don't enjoy it. Like now, I love going to the gym, man. I love it. Even when I feel like shit, even when I just never not want to go. I always go. But there's runs where I literally, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, and then I have to go for a longer one. You know, I have to pay the price for skipping.
Yeah.
You know, I'm supposed to do 2 runs a week. I skipped one. That one run I do is now a long ass run because I have to pay the price.
Yeah.
Because I want to be someone that lives with integrity and does what he says he's going to do.
Owns it.
That's why the goal setting is so important for me. So how do I do it in those hard moments? The goal's already been set, man. And once the goal's been set, it happens. It gets done.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? I don't know. My ego, probably. Being a young man with a big ego.
And in a way, it's like the ego that you're saying is like you're hard-headed, attached. Like if this is my goal, I do whatever I've got to do to get it. I've planned it out, I've mapped it out. It says 2 runs a week. Well, it's 2 runs a week. If for whatever reason I can only get 1 and I've got to still do me 80k run, well, it looks like I'm doing 80k in one hit.
Yeah.
Or whatever it might be, you know, whatever the numbers are.
Yeah.
But like sticking to that, like how did you get to that stage then? Like how did you get to that hard-headed ego? It's like, you know what?
Well, I think it's looking at what you've done before as well. You know, like if I go back to all those workouts, you know, when I was just starting out, and it doesn't even have to be running, or all those times where I've pushed myself when I felt like quitting. If you think, oh, what happened when I just did it anyway? It's all good stuff.
What happened when I just did it anyway? I love it.
You feel amazing. So yesterday I had my brother's bucks do, and I didn't get much sleep. We drank a lot of beers, and I'm not saying this is ideal. This is not what you should do. But I told my friend we're going to do a half marathon today, and we did one this morning. And it's like, well, do you know what I mean? You just got to go and get it done, because the alternative, it wouldn't have been a big deal if I texted him and said, hey man, it was my brother's bucks do yesterday, I can't come on the run. He'd be like, yeah, that sounds normal.
Yeah.
Like why would you come and do 27 kilometers with me after a bucks do? That's not normal. But it's like, well, I think about all the workouts I've done, whether it was push-ups when I was 13, lifting bricks with my brother when I was 14, my first gym membership at 15, maybe it was a hard game at footy, or something where, you know, even just in business or in life, or a hard conversation with a friend, you know it's going to be tough, but are you glad you did it and you're glad you pushed through, and how did you feel afterwards?
Yeah.
Or maybe how did you feel after you skipped?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to skip, or are you just going to do it anyway?
Yeah.
So that's for me, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
Is it the right thing? I don't know. For me, it seems to work though. It's David, the way that David Goggins says it, I love it. He calls it the cookie jar. Reach into the cookie jar and grab a cookie. And what a cookie is basically a past memory of when it was harder than what you're trying to do at the moment. Like we were running this morning, and whenever it felt hard, 27k is like, I'm thinking 27k, man, that's super hard, especially when I'm, you know, been partying all weekend, whatever. But then you think, well, this is nothing compared to Marysville Marathon when I did 42 kilometers. If I've done 42 before, 27, let's do this.
That's easy.
So that was me reaching into my cookie jar. So that's how I do it. I wake up, don't want to run, I just got to reach into the cookie jar and, you know, remember a time that was harder than what I'm trying to do today. Oh, it's on.
It's game time, yeah. And that's what I think about when I run as well, is because like during the footy career, like playing that at semi-professional level, like we did that much running. Like,
oh, bro, you would,
you know, training in a week, like we would training plus then we'd have like a running session.
Yeah.
So like we trained for 2 hours, include running, but then we actually had a running session. We took our footy boots off and put runners on, and we like ran. Like that's it. And then now when I run, I'm just like, if I again same thing, if I get time, I just think back to free training days when I was just like, we would run 3 times as long as this, as far as this.
Absolutely.
You know, and
that's cookie.
Yeah, that's me digging in and be like, you know what, cool. I'm digging back to those old memories.
Yeah.
Like, I did it then, so I can definitely do it now.
You get tired on a little jog, Port Melbourne Beach, and then it's like, hang on a minute. When you were playing at a VFL level, you would have done 12 400 metre intervals with 60 seconds break in pre-season, and you're like, oh my god, if I could get through that, this is walking the park.
That training was ridiculous, but it's you know what, it was what needs to be done. But I think that's that mindset difference. That's what I was trying to get at, because that isn't just for going for a run. This isn't just relevant for this is only like if I want to run. Like it's everything.
I need to do work. Oh, but I could just watch YouTube
Correct.
instead. I really need to finish this thing for my business, but you know,
I want to start that business. I just want to
watch Netflix instead, man. I do that all the time.
I gotta, Oh, you know, I got to make that call. I got to write that email.
Procrastinate, man. Procrastinate too much.
Yeah, and you know what though? But if you got control, and that's what so far, like from what I've sort of gathered, is that okay, cool. He's got control. He wants to have control of his body and the way it looks because he can control that. Yeah. And then you've got your mindset in check.
Yeah.
But again, do you reckon that comes from a lot of self-development as well?
Yeah, I did a bunch of self-development, man.
You said audiobooks before. Like, how many audiobooks and books do you reckon you've
for me
consumed? Like hundreds and.
I try and read, and I sort of read. I probably only read maybe 10 books a year, to be honest. Not a lot. I find that I retain the information better. I can get more volume in and learn better through listening. Yeah. I'm a better listener. I do a bunch of driving, you know, living in the country, but traveling to the city almost every weekend. So for me, that's what works.
Yeah.
But away from audiobooks in terms of self-development, coaches, man. Coaches are just, they're the key for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are the key to go and find. I just look at what I'm trying to do, whether it's in the business world, whether it's with my body, whether it's with my mindset, my relationship. I'm trying to look for someone who has the result that I'm searching for, and then hire their help to help me get closer to where I want to be. Yeah. That's the biggest thing.
Having the right people in your corner.
Having the right people in your corner, finding the people that have done it.
Yeah.
Finding the people that have done it and going and learning from them.
We do that, like you said, like if you need a PT, you go and get one. If you need to learn how to be a hairdresser, where you go? You go to the academy, where there's professional hairdressers there and they teach you to become a hairdresser. So we do it all the time. Yeah. But a lot of time we don't actually do it for ourselves. Like we need to personally be in check. Yeah. Like, you need someone there to look after you personally. Absolutely. As well as, because then once you get that right, if you get yourself right, like you said, you've got yourself right. So whether you're doing bodybuilding, powerlifting, crossfitting, running, skydiving, rock climbing, you're mentally good. Like I'm good. I can do this. Yeah. And you can turn it on for yourself. Yeah. So it actually doesn't matter what sport you're going to, or exercise you're actually going to be doing. Yeah. Even if you've never done it before in your life, even if we say like right now, let's go and do some random, let's go and do fencing.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah,
let's fence. Yeah. On guard.
Let's go and build a fence. But our mindset would be like, cool, let's do it. Yeah. It's not about, I don't know, I've never done it before. We're like, fuck it, I've never done it before, but we can figure it out. Yeah. On the drive there, let's watch a YouTube video or something. Yeah. Like, we'd make it happen. Yeah. That's that different mindset. Which
Even with like the running and stuff to go back to, it's, you know, I'm just like a bodybuilder dude who likes to lift weight. I know nothing about it. So for me, do I just put my headphones in and go for a run? Nah, man. Like I went and hired a running coach. Is that necessary? No. But man, I'm trying to look for the shortcuts. I'm trying to look for the shortcuts, dude. So I went and found someone who's done 25 plus ultra marathons, got him to look at my technique, got him to look at my breathing, got him to, you know what I mean? So it's the same with business. I don't know nothing about business. Yeah. But I want to create a lifestyle that gives me what I want, right? It gives me the freedom that I want so I can help as many young men as possible gain control of their life. So, you know, I know how to get you in shape. I know nutrition. I didn't know nothing about business as a kid trying to start. Yeah, so definitely. What am I going to do? I'm going to go and find someone who can help me out. That's why I love what you're doing with your coaching. Because I honestly think that's the most valuable... That's the most valuable thing for me right now, man, and for all of us is you need these coaches or mentors or right people in your life to go and show you how to do it. And we're talking a lot about working out and pushing the body because that's my thing. But anything you're trying to do.
Agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. So you were a tradie. Mm-hmm. Started off as a chippy. Back in the day.
Building a few houses back in the day, back in Churchill, Traralgon.
So how old there? Like what?
I dropped out of school when I was 16. Got a
what year would that have been?
I did one term of year 11.
Okay.
Did one term of year 11 and used that holidays to go and work for free for a building company.
Yeah.
They offered me a job after I decided to, they said, oh, this kid's giving up his holidays to come and work for free. He has a bit of a crack, so we'll offer him a job. And at that time, I couldn't really find any motivation in the school system. I think it would be much different now if I was to go back with, different knowledge and experiences.
Totally.
I'd probably be pumped to go to school, man. I'd be like, yeah, let's get it. But back then, man, I just, I couldn't join the dots and find the motivation to pay attention to what was going on at school. So I thought, rather than just bludge here for another 2 years, I wanted to feel useful. I wanted to get stuck into it. So did my apprenticeship as a builder and started building some houses, man.
Love it. And then you got out of that. How long did you finish your apprenticeship? How long did you...
Yeah, I'm a qualified builder. I finished the apprenticeship. I was about 3.5 years in. It's a 4-year course, and I'd already sort of started training some clients on the side because I really found a passion in helping people in the gym and transforming bodies.
Yeah.
So I approached my boss. I said, look, I know I'm supposed to have 6 months to go, but I said, I think it's the best thing for your business to go and fill my spot and hire someone who really wants to be here, because my mind is elsewhere right now. All I want to do is I want to get to the gym and train my clients. I don't want to be on your work site. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this to try and be respectful, because I don't want to be there. I'm competent. I'm finished all my trade school. Sign me off. I'm not coming back next week. And I think they sort of respected that and said, okay, you're done. And the next day, I was in the gym training clients, man.
And that's how it all began.
Yeah.
And was there a crossover time? Like, how long prior before you quit trade had you started PTing other clients?
I'd been training clients part-time for about a year whilst
still
doing the building. Yeah,
okay.
Man.
Yeah. So it was about a year of both? And then,
at least a year, maybe 18 months would be more accurate. So I'd work construction from, say, 7 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Then I'd get to the gym at 6 and try and run through 2 or 3 clients a night. And I was doing the double because I wanted to be able to... I knew that as soon as my time's up as an apprentice, like, I didn't want to be a tradesman. I knew that I wanted to be a personal trainer. Yeah. So I didn't want to have to wait and build up my client base. I wanted to build up my client base so when my time was up, I could go straight into PT.
Yeah. And it's that transition, because it's a very common theme with everyone that I'm speaking to, is that when they've gone from like a full-time job or an old business, it's always been like that year to 18 months. It happened for me. It was 18 months. Yeah. 18 months for you. 2 of the previous guests I've had on, it was about an 18 months to 2 year period where they like went from, okay, cool, I'm still working full-time in a job or whatever it is. I got this crazy idea, I want to do something else. Yeah. And then it's like that build time where, and why I'm saying that is it seems to be very consistent, is that a lot of people just, like, even when I first started my first business, I was like, I'm going to quit trade like tomorrow. Yeah. Lucky I didn't, because it doesn't work like that. Yeah. So I think it's people listening will have to understand now, okay, cool, well, whether you're going to be a PT, whether you're going to get into business, whether you're going to do whatever it is, there's a time, like it's going to take time for that overlap. And but during that time there, like, you probably did some serious hours, like you would have been busting hard, like, again, on site, which I can relate.
It nearly cost me, man.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the road, and I was very lucky. I was working, we were building this house on a deadline in Sale, about 40 minutes from my house in Traralgon at the time. And it was long days between the hour and 30 travel and then the 10-hour days to meet the deadline for the builders, and then trying to rush home and get to the gym. I was definitely burning the candle at both ends, and I just fell asleep on the road one night going 110 kilometres on the freeway. It was wet, it was just getting dark, and I slid across and luckily didn't hit anyone else. Luckily didn't hit a tree myself, and slid off the road. And I just remember when the tow truck pulled me out and the cop just said, "Man, go and buy a lottery ticket, you're the luckiest dude ever." So there is that trend, there is that period where you're talking about where you have to try and do both. Yeah. But maybe I took it a little bit too far. Man.
Well, we found the limit. We found the line where it doesn't.
I was like, okay, man, I need to.
We're not going to do that again. Might need extra half an hour sleep.
I take the power naps in the car now.
Oh, totally.
It's a good lesson.
Lesson learned. So what are you doing now? Now we got. What are you in a gym online? What are you doing? PT wise, what are you doing?
Trying to create as many bulletproof men as possible.
Love it. Bulletproof men. Love it. In what way? Like, what's that about? How do you do that?
So the Bulletproof Man project is something that we came up with probably 10 months ago now. And really what I've found over the last 7 years of training different bodies in the gym, male, female, young, old, fat, skinny, black, white, everyone and above, rehab, strength, bodybuilding, powerlifting, endurance. What I found that was I really enjoyed and really found myself able to give the most value to the young men because I could talk their language and relate to them.
Yeah.
And that showed in the results. So I decided to focus my business solely on young men in their 20s.
Yep.
And everything that they want to do and achieve, which really what I've found is similar to my journey. It's about taking control of your body because that's going to then empower you to be able to take control of your mind and your life.
Yeah.
So the Bulletproof Man project, we take guys through a series of tests, creating the ultimate athlete where there's agility, endurance, strength, speed and power. And once they can pass all of those tests, they earn their Bulletproof black belt.
Love it.
And man, these guys that are starting to get close to their Bulletproof black lifting belts are some pretty impressive young dudes that have, seen this translate into promotions at their job, at work.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe cutting off toxic relationships, maybe building or taking their own relationships to the next level. That's what fascinates me most is the transition a young man can make just by, it's not about the sets and the reps. It's not about the carbs and the fats. It's about the transformation you make with the body and how it translates and actually makes your life better. A lot of guys come and tell me they want abs. They don't want abs, man. They just want more control over their life. So that's what the Bulletproof Man project's about, man. I just want to get this message out to as many young guys as I can.
Yeah.
So they can start to live the life that they really want.
Yeah. And that's why I started at the start with because I know that you have that control of your diet, your training, but I wanted to get deeper on how you did that. Because then now it sort of does flow into now, okay, cool, this goes on to the Bulletproof Man because you're one person who's done it. You're not one guy who's sitting there reading a book and says, well, the book says that if you do this, you can get this. Like you're one guy who's actually gone out there and physically, mentally, emotionally, all aspects put himself through it and has like you're a walking testimonial of that this shit works.
That's what I love about what we do is I'm in there with the guys. We have these Bulletproof Man testing days and I guess I'm the coach, but man, we're doing an endurance time trial. Like you best believe I'm in there doing it with you. Right, we're doing some strength testing, jump testing, 100%. I'm in there doing it with you. I'm the coach, but I'm not up on a pedestal. We're just all men with quite similar values, but a strong purpose and a strong passion for personal development because we know that's going to get us closer to the life we want to live. There's so much pressure on young men in today's society. We're supposed to be the providers, the leaders, the examples and the role models. And for a lot of guys, they don't know how to live up to that pressure and that expectation. You got to be the man, right? You got to have the man with all the answers. You got to have the income. You got to have the hot girlfriend. You got to have the car. All this is bullshit, man.
You got to have the abs,
right?
Yeah.
So it's about how can we give these guys the armor so that they can feel bulletproof. We know that no one's bulletproof, but we want to give them the armor and the confidence so when they walk out the door every day, they feel bulletproof.
Yeah. And like you said, the results being like one of your clients already got a promotion.
Yeah.
Like, so just by going to the gym and looking after himself, he's making more money now.
Yeah.
He potentially could be enjoying his job. Like, I don't know the story, but he might be enjoying his job even more now. Yeah. What does that mean? Well, if he's enjoying going to work, he's having better relationships at work. If he's having better relationships at work, it means he's more likely having better relationships at home.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just because he went to the gym, and like he's following a program that's working and it's changing him, shifting him to where he wants to be.
Yeah. Oh, it's
like the ripple effect is ridiculous.
It's super cool, man. It really is life changing. I know because I'm inside it, but from outsiders looking in, it's like, oh, what does it matter that you helped Brad get abs, but it's like, yeah, well, Brad looks great now, but it's like, hey, did you know Brad started his own other business on the side? So now that he's making income, right, and he's able to actually get closer to, you know, his holiday that he always wants to go on. The family, Brad's got a son, you know, he's a provider, you know, now he's doing a business that he's really passionate about, not just a profit project, right?
And he's also got abs. And he's got abs.
And he looks great, right? But
But
it all happened from that confidence.
Correct.
And like you said, I think you said it well, the flow-on effect. Yeah. It's, you know, it's one thing to set your goals and be like, I want to be fast, I want to be fit, I want to do a marathon. But I think my favourite follow-up question to that is, how's it going to make your life better? You want to do a bodybuilding show. How's that going to make your life better? You want to do a powerlifting meet. Cool. You want to get strong. I get it. How is that going to make your life better?
Because technically, we actively wouldn't want to do anything that is going to make our life worse. You know, so, and would you want to do anything that's going to keep your life the same?
Yeah, but people just want to do stuff because they think it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, so-and-so's doing it. Yeah, good point.
People want to do a bodybuilding show so they can put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or people want to do a powerlifting meet because it's the ego of being the strongest guy in the gym. People want to do a marathon because someone else did a marathon. How's it going to make your life better? Why does it matter to you?
Yeah.
You got to attach yourself to that. Don't attach yourself to the goal. As you told me, what's the result of the result?
Yeah. And I think at the same time, like, definitely, like, listeners, write that shit down. Like, what's the benefit to your life? Like, why? Like, what's it gonna do for you? Like, what's it?
Yeah. And I guess going back to my specialty and what I try to master in, which is the body, for you guys out there that may be not really happy, for you guys listening, for the ones that are not really happy with what looks back at you when you look in the mirror, I can tell you that this is a fact from doing this for almost a decade now. The people that want to look great can look great, but they'll always get back out of shape unless they've attached themselves to that result of the result. So yes, you might be able to go and run the marathon, you might be able to get the abs, you might be able to start looking sexy, gain the confidence to make love to your partner the way they really want, but it's only going to be a temporary thing, and you're going to go back to the old you. It happens every time, unless you can attach yourself to that result. And my favourite question is, why the hell are you actually doing this? How's it going to make your life better?
How is that going to make your life better? How is that? I'm even going to write that down. How is that?
Whenever you go and do anything, man. Today's Sunday. It's like, who am I going to hang out with today? I'm going to go hang out with Steven next. How's that going to make my life better? I already know, man. I love that dude. He's got high energy. We're going to do a goal setting session together. We're going to eat some great food because he's a good influence on me. We're going to probably go for a walk. It's going to make my life so much better. It's going to make me pumped for Monday tomorrow. Whereas if I was to continue to, you know, it's my brother's Bucks this weekend, right? Like, we had a bit of celebrating, but there's a Sunday session probably going on somewhere right now. I've got to ask myself the question, how would that make my life better? Probably would, right? Probably doesn't. Probably doesn't align to any of my goals.
Correct. And you finished it off spot on there. It doesn't align to any of your goals/values. Like, if one of your goals is to be more social because you've maybe been in a relationship for 10 years and it's like, you know what, I want to get out and hang out with my mates, then maybe going to a Sunday session, hanging out with your friends doesn't mean you have to get pissed, but it just means getting out there and seeing people.
Absolutely.
That could be your thing. Like, that's you. Yeah. And again, that is what I love. Like, the way that you operate is just like, well, does it serve me? No. Is it going to make my life better? Yes or no? Yes. Cool, I'm going. No? Okay, cool. It's not for me. Next time. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And if you come from that space, then there's no longer this procrastination. There's no longer this confusion. Yeah. So if do I have to write this email? Yeah, I do. Okay, cool, let's do it. How's it going to make my life better? Well, if I make this sale, then I'm going to bring income into the business. Okay, cool. Do I have to make this call? Yeah, I do have to make this call because it's the same thing. There's someone on the other side waiting for me. It just, I love how you use it in every different aspect. Like, are you going to go catch it with Steven? Yeah. Or could I go on a Sunday sesh? Well, what's the pros and the cons of what do I want? What's serving me right now? You know, even this morning's run, it probably served you. It's as hard as it might have been. It's probably the best thing to do straight after, you know, to sweat it out. Yeah, you know,
it's tough.
So I'm tough. Yeah, but again, like, that's you weighed it up really well. What's one thing you learnt, Alex, that like really just like blew you away? Doesn't have to be about fitness, body, like the body itself. Could just be life in general. Could be, what's one thing that you learned over the last forever that you learn about yourself, about a piece of knowledge, someone else, They're just like, you know what, that's pretty crazy. It's pretty incredible.
I think the thing that's at the front of my mind right now is similar to what we were just talking about with the values. I didn't know what it really meant when someone said, "What do you value? What are your values?" And it was a mentor of mine. His name's Hayden Wilson. You guys should check him out for sure. Just Google Hayden Wilson. You'll find his stuff, and he really got me to see or even just explore my own values. What did I value? So to learn that, I think that if you can stay clear on that, that really becomes the catalyst for everything. Like what is really important to you as an individual, because in today's society, whether it's consuming too much on social media or conforming too much to the conversations we're having, we can very quickly start to live through other people's values. And then we wonder why time goes past and we're living the same day and we're bored, or we're living a life that we don't like, or we're depressed. It's like, well, you're not living to your true values. You're doing what your parents, your friends, your family are wanting you to do, or people on social media are doing. You're consuming too much in a world where we're all consuming too much, myself. So it's never been more important to constantly assess your values and stay aligned with them. So one thing I've learned that's been most prolific is how to do that, I would say.
Love it. Build that connection for you.
Yeah.
And
because your values are changing as well, so you need to recheck.
100%, yeah. As you grow older, as you develop, as you learn more as a human being, you start to see things differently, you start to appreciate different things and depreciate other things. Yeah. And you know what? I think that there is more important to me right now, and then that value goes higher on the list, or my value might drop off, or a new value gets added in. Yeah. And it's always a continue reassessing to add that in. And I think this will sort of go on to my next question as well. Sort of similar to, again, what we were speaking about before, like how is it going to make your life better? Obviously, you're quite active on social media, which is huge right now. How do you, you've gone past the stage of courage now. You don't have to think about, I've got to make sure I've got courage to go online. But how did you, because one thing that I try and teach, and when I work with my clients as well, is that don't ask me what I'm doing now. Because what I'm doing now is different to what you're going to, if you're starting out. Ask me what I did. What did you do? What did Alex do to get online? What was his method? Yeah. Because when did you sort of get on the whole online platform? Maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago? Probably even...
I was sort of late to it, man. I remember getting...
I'm saying for the bit, within business.
Oh, business.